Going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are actually new to the channel, I am your host, as always, Rasheed White. My other co-host, basketball analyst extraordinaire, Barrick Burrell, is up in here.
What's up, guys? What's going on? What's happening?
All right. And we got a juicy one for you over here, man. Draymond Green has been running his mouth the last couple of days. He's been taking stabs at, what's his name, McCollum.
McCollum.
Thomas. We're gonna get into the Isaiah Thomas one first over here, man, because I think he actually hits the hammer on the nail. And basically saying that Draymond Green's podcast is causing him to actually have a lack of focus. Yep. And this is where Isaiah Thomas calls out. We're going to get into C.J. McCollum. I think the C.J. McCollum one is actually even juicier. But I want you guys to actually watch this video over here, man. So, all right. Let's listen to what Isaiah Thomas actually had to say.
The NBA Finals, and when you're playing for a championship, it really is about your mental toughness and your mental focus and being able to totally 100% concentrate on your opponent, shutting him down, understanding their offensive and defensive schemes. And anytime you lose that focus or that concentration, and you're talking about Cedric Maxwell, and you're talking about podcast, and you're talking about the fan, don't talk about X and O's though, then you have really lost your concentration and your focus. And where does that show up? That show up in the box score in a game like tonight, where you play 34 minutes.
All right, so we know the numbers. We're not going to get into the numbers, though. But Barrick, what's your take on that, man?
My take on it.
Two-time championship player over here and a Hall of Famer, which Draymond Green doesn't really qualify as a Hall of Famer in my book. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
No, I don't think he has earned that as well. You know, to the question, Draymond Green, and we talked about this quite a bit off camera about what he was on the defensive side of the basketball, his basketball IQ, his passing, and at some point he was able to hit a couple shots from the outside and move well without the basketball and get the easy layups. He's not doing any of that. Instead, he's doing more of the talking away from the game. So you screw up, and then you want to cover it with the fact that I got a podcast. And the hell with everybody else making comments about my podcast. How dare you talk about my podcast? Well, we're not talking about the podcast. I'm happy you got one. But the bottom line is you are entrenched in the NBA freaking finals. You shouldn't be worrying so much about it, trying to get people into foul trouble, trying to get technicals and get them throughout the game. You should be focusing on the things you do best. Communication, playing defense, passing the basketball, and being a leader. Instead, you want to come out and do this. Isaiah Thomas hit the hammer on top of the nail. There's no way in hell you should be focused on everything else when your game was about as lackluster as a 5-year-old can play in a little league game.
Yeah, he comes up and says, "Oh, what y'all want me to do in my hotel room? Not do anything? No. How about your bitch ass actually goes to rents out the gym and starts working on that lame ass jumper of yours, man? If you want to go ahead, you want to talk shit about other people. My podcast is blowing up and then yours is not. I mean, bruh, you got a name. You didn't build anything from the ground up or anything like that. You're Draymond Green, and the media fawns over the mouth at you. It's easy for you to actually do. You can't do this shit from the ground up, man. If you was a no-name person, I'm trying to keep this family friendly. Go ahead, Barry.
Well, the bottom line is, you think about it, because at the end of the day, he was basically as a TNT analyst at one point, and this was kind of led to his podcast. I get all that. I know you're trying to cement something after a game of basketball. You're in that last tier of your career, so you're starting to think a little bit beyond that. I get all that too, but you're in the NBA Finals right now. You need to be focused on that. If somebody got something to say about you, screw it. It is what it is.
Listen, I knocked LeBron James for all this, for coming to Los Angeles, doing movies. You look at Kobe Bryant, he wasn't all about that. I mean, when he did one song with Brian McKnight, and I mean, after that, he wasn't all about the Hollywood nonsense until after he was playing. You know, he was focused on the task at hand, was actually giving him real money, not like Hollywood stuff, your podcast stuff. I mean, he doesn't even do any editing. His boy doesn't. How about you and your man? I forgot his name, but go into the gym. You know, he can actually throw the ball back at you. You can work on that lame-ass three-pointer of yours, man. So now let's get into C.J. McCollum. Now, he classed back at C.J. McCollum saying those Celtics will still be ringless just like you.
Yep.
I mean, dude, they got 18 of them. What are you talking? Wait, hold on. What is he actually saying? Is that we just jumped on this story over here.
Well, what happened?
Go off with the Draymond Green and CJ McCollum thing.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. McCollum was a journalist major. He was a journalism major. So this is something CJ McCollum, as I spoke about 2 minutes ago, with Draymond Green trying to fire some after the game of basketball. Well, CJ McCollum, best believe he will be doing analytic work for the NBA when he's done. But they had a conversation, and he comes back and said, I got to tell you this. I picked Boston to win game 3. I picked you guys to win game 4. But ultimately, I got the Celtics winning the finals, McCollum told Green. Green comes back and says, I just want you to hear it from me first before you hear me say it on TV Green. On TV Green. That's his show now. Without hesitation, that's fine, he says. Those Celtics will be ringless just like you. And this is coming off of a simple analytical comment that CJ McCollum had. I'm going to say you guys they're going to win game 3, but you're going to win game 4. CJ's telling Draymond, you're going to win game 4.
Listen, man, he's stirring the pot, man. You're talking about hyper athletic guys, man, who's already has like a size, strength, athletic disparity over you, and then you're talking shit and want them to actually play harder on you, man. Like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah. This is the thing, and I mean, again, I just want to make sure I'm clear about something else too. Draymond and CJ McCollum do not have bad blood with each other. I want to make sure that's clear. There's nothing going on. So you weren't screwing his wife and vice versa, or something was said 3 years ago, and now I finally got an opportunity to get back at you. None of that stuff. CJ McCollum, like I said before, he is a journalism major, or was, graduated, got a degree in journalism. Okay? Not to mention he's a pretty good ball player. So he has something set up for himself. And he was just making an educated, analytic point.
He's right. I had Golden State winning, and I mean, after watching this from like game 1 and game 2 and game 3, I had the Celtics winning in 5 or 6 games, man, unless something happens with Robert Williams. I mean, something happens with him, then mean, other than that, I mean, this is not a fair match. It's like an NBA team going against a Division III team right now.
Well, that's right now. I can't even put it like that, but you know what? The Celtics are big. We're not going to get too much caught up in what's going to happen with them, from within the lines. But the Celtics are big, and obviously the Warriors are a very small team, minus Javon Looney. Outside of that, this is what they've been relying on, the pick and roll stuff. But Draymond has to step up his game. He's got to get away from all that outside focus and focus more on the fact that he has to be a better defender. He's got to be a better and more willing passer, setting picks, dive for loose balls. Do what you have to do to help ignite your teammates. The way you did in game 2, you're going to have to do in game 4 and beyond. You can't be coming in game 1 playing like crap. Then you want to play well in game 2. Then you want to play like crap in game 3. And then when people notice it and criticize you, you can't take the criticism. CJ McCollum made a very educational opinion about where he thought game 3 and game 4 would conclude. He gave the Warriors the props for game 4. And you still shot them down. And what does that got to do with the Celtics? Nothing. So now you're saying they're going to be ringless? Wait till that gets to the Boston Celtics locker room.
Oh,
Wait
they
till they put
heard,
that
they
on the
heard
wall.
that. They heard that. That's what I'm saying. Draymond's is an effing idiot, man.
If I'm his teammate, I would tell him privately, shut the hell up.
Yeah, be
You
quiet.
done gave a team that's already fired up and ready to go. You done gave them more fire.
Yep.
Makes no sense.
All right, we'll wrap this video up. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Certainly share this video. When you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.
Peace.